What is going on, everybody? And Matt, welcome.
I'm gonna kill you later.
Field Filler Matt. That's what
Yep.
the new
We'll
nickname.
we'll talk about that later. Your field filler. I gotta take that name and shove it right up your you know what.
Yep, that's what we're calling you.
All right.
So, um, welcome everybody to Mid South Sports Report Race Talk Live with Matt and Willie. Um, got a lot to talk about coming up on the show. Clash, Dirt Speed Weeks, Hans device getting thrown, see, defending champion, well, crashing. I guess we can call it crashing. Someone. Uh, let's see, Ty Dillon bulldozer. Let's see what else.
Oh, there's
Uh,
lots. There's
oh,
lots.
there's a
There's
lot.
lots.
All right, we're gonna jump right into it, catching up on some silly season news. The Floyd Mayweather. This has been in talks for what going on? Uh, 3 years, maybe.
Yeah, about that. Be
About
about that.
three
Yep.
years.
Yep.
Same thing as New York racing team, right? Right. Um, finally got the deal done. Finally got a car coming out of the Richard Childress shop. Correct.
Yep.
Richard Childress shop. So Kaz Gralla as the driver. I did hear his interview with. I can't remember who it was with SiriusXM. Said the deal was he's been talking with them for 15 months. Been talking with the money team for 15 months. Put pen to paper 3 months ago, and it was done before if when the rumors start flying, it was already done. But
Right.
they had to get approvals before they can let it out.
Yeah.
Um, kind of what Brandon Brown didn't do is let the approvals. So they I don't think nobody's really going to try to make that mistake again. So um, expectations, do they make the race? There's only one car going home.
Yes.
They make the race
I think they make the race. There's
on
we
speed.
had we had talked about it. I don't think Villeneuve's going to make the race. I really don't.
Yeah,
I will be shocked if that team makes the 500. I really will be.
yeah. I think his only shot would be probably a qualify in.
Yeah, I think if he gets a good qualifying lap, he might get it on speed, but he
Yeah.
I don't see him racing in. Grala's got way more drafting experience than
Oh
Villeneuve
yeah.
does.
I mean, he finished what fifth at
Yeah,
where was that at Talladega? Fifth at
yeah.
Talladega.
He'll do way. I honestly Villeneuve scares me a little bit when it comes
I
to restricted plate because he was always known as an aggressive guy on road courses. And
right.
it's like, damn man, you can't bring that
I
kind of
don't
crap to the
blame
road.
him. I don't
Uh,
blame Villeneuve for trying to make the big show for the big 500 because think about it. If you make the race, you're
oh
in the
yeah,
green.
yeah.
You're
It's payday.
it's a payday.
It's payday. Yeah,
That's why you have what 50. Well, I mean, I think last year we had close to 50 trucks try to
yeah,
make Daytona,
yeah,
and you had 40 something Xfinity cars try to make Daytona.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I honestly think, and it's my opinion only, I honestly think we don't need to have the duels for the Cup Series. I think we need to have last chance showdowns for the Xfinity and the trucks. You
Well,
know,
for me, the whole thing is that they have condensed speed weeks down because remember, speed weeks used to be a full week,
well, yeah,
and you know what? When it
actually
was a
2 weeks.
when it was a full week, I was like, why don't we run an Xfinity duel? Why like with all we got a whole bunch of trucks? Why don't we run a truck duel? I mean, I think that'd be awesome. And just a little more entertainment for the fans.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I went down there last year, and I mean, I got the tour. the Xfinity garage, and I mean it was wrapped all the way around. I mean there was 3 or 4 cars parked actually at their haulers because there wasn't enough garage space.
Yeah.
And I mean they're just hard at work, and then then the trucks is the same way. You know, I mean I didn't. The trucks has got to park by. They don't have a garage space. The trucks
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Their truck is by their haulers.
Yeah.
So and then they do move into a garage space whenever they have practices. They move into the Xfinity garage for that short period of time.
Right.
Um, but I mean, it's hectic down there, and all them, and seeing all them qualify. You had Clay Greenfield, he had problems and stuff. You know, if you have all of them qualify and run a 25 lap dash with 25 of them,
Yeah. We don't have to do a duel like they do in Cup where
no,
it's 75 laps. I'd be like 25 laps, perfect. Mad dash,
yeah, we're not
you
going to
know.
see like last year. Yeah, the dash was
And the
little.
whole thing is I think if we were going to do those duels, Willie, if you kept it to 25 or 30 laps, make it so that they do not have to pit.
Yeah,
Because then the guy saves them tires, saves them everything like that. They don't have to pit. It's just one run.
I don't.
And
Yeah, I don't think you. It's hard sending people home on 2 laps, right?
yeah, it is.
Because I'm gonna
Especially
tell
at
you something.
Daytona.
Yeah, because if you don't, if your qualifying speed might be junk, but you actually might go out and race really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So we got a little off subject, but I think we should do something. I think you're going to see 45 to 50 trucks show up for the first 4 or 5 races. I think you're really going to see that many trucks because, again, if you
You think
make
you're going to get that many on the West Coast?
only race on the West Coast is Las Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd get that many trucks going out to Vegas, though.
If you make the first race, you're going
Yeah.
because you just got to make 5, and then you're locked in almost for half the season.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pretty,
you're
I
right
mean,
about
because
that.
you're bouncing back on points.
Yeah.
Xfinity,
But
there's no charters.
but at least this year we have qualifying back, and that's a
Man,
huge thing anyway. Like
yeah,
that's a huge thing anyway, just for them to have qualifying back.
yeah. We showed it earlier, but this is how the qualifying is going to work. Of course, you've got Daytona is going to be one round, top 10 transfers, and then goes to the Busch Pole. So, I don't think this is going to be for the Xfinity series. I don't think that's going to be for the Xfinity series, just for the Cup.
Yeah, I agree
Um,
with that.
so, and then you have, uh, we've got the 2 duels for the race, but we're gonna get to that later. All right, we're gonna jump on to everybody's waiting for Clash race cars on track. Matt,
And I'm going to say the same thing that all the drivers said and everybody else said. Kudos to NASCAR. I wasn't sure that it was going to work, but that was an entertaining deal start to finish.
oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Great event. Absolute great event.
I'm with Norfolk Clear when they said, Brett Griffin said TV butchered it, with them showing that empty space where the drivers walk down, and
Oh,
stuff like that. And because there was a lot of people on Twitter and Facebook like, well, I thought you sold 70,000 tickets.
well, when they showed the stands, when you could see the stands in some of the pictures that they showed when they were racing,
Right.
there were a lot of people there.
Yes.
There were a lot of
You're
people
not
there.
going to sell 25,000 tickets at Daytona for the Clash. You're not going to do it.
No.
Because the Clash is Monday and Tuesday. Nobody goes Monday and Tuesday. They usually get down there on Wednesday and so on. So, I'm hoping that NASCAR has found something and actually makes it work.
Yeah.
I don't know if you go back to the Clash, if you see 50,000 fans again. I don't think you do. I think you have to keep it moving.
Agree with that. Yeah, you got to move it to other venues. Absolutely.
Take it where NASCAR is not at. We're not in Chicago no more.
Nope.
We've raced in Soldier Field before. You
Hmm.
know, Chicago probably ain't gonna make the playoffs no time soon. So, you know,
Well,
um,
but Chicago, New York,
yeah. You
Pittsburgh.
imagine if we actually built a racetrack inside of a New York stadium, how many would actually go?
Oh, it'd be full.
It'd be sold out.
Hmm.
It'd be sold out. I
But
honestly think if you put one in Nashville, it would sell out because that is even though you have a racetrack that close, it would sell out because it's a
yeah,
tourist town.
you're already getting that. As soon as you get your fairgrounds, you guys already got that.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. But yeah, as
I
soon
ha-
as you get your fairgrounds, I got to be like, no, 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 no clash for you. You're gonna get a cup race.
I've heard some rumors from people that's got kind of close, tabs that there might be some cold feet now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But I'm hearing there might be some cold feet with that project because you kind of heard it went quiet.
Yeah.
They was waiting on the replace the two that got two new
Yeah.
commissioners.
Ah, you know what? I think the thing is that maybe they got cold feet, but you know what? I suspect it might be something to do with they want a little more dough thrown in.
Yeah, I think so. All right,
Yeah.
Ty Dillon, the wrecking ball in the LCQ. Boy, I'm gonna tell you.
You know, here's what I was thinking while that race was going on. I was thinking if I was Ty Dillon's crew chief, I would have radioed down to him and said, if you win this thing, you're going to go find the pace car and hit it too, so that you had an absolute perfect race.
You know, and we talked about it earlier. There was a team or two. I think we only had one team out there that showed up just to show up because they had to,
Yeah.
right? Everybody else gloves off.
Hmm.
Everybody else was there to race and to win because put everybody on there. This kid, he's been in NASCAR, but he's not been on the top level for a while.
Yeah.
He did run the 13 car for what 2 3 years, I think,
Yeah.
with Jermaine. Um, but you know what? He made a splash, and by God, you knew who Ty Dillon was by the time that LCQ was over with.
Oh, yeah, you
It
did.
it might have been the bad reason, but it might have been a good reason. You know, um,
Well, for him, kudos. He made it entertaining. He might have made his life a little more difficult in the Cup Series for the rest of
I,
this year with the
I
two guys.
yeah, I think that um, I think it hurt him respect wise
Oh, yeah. It
throughout the.
absolutely did.
We're going to Daytona. That's where you need the most
Well,
respect.
let's put it this way. I don't think Austin Cindric's going to be sending him a Christmas card anytime soon.
No,
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 no.
no. That's not going to happen. I mean the car looked beautiful. I don't know who does the paint schemes, but that black rifle
Yeah, it
copper
was a nice
car
looking car.
that was an and we've said it before. There's certain paint schemes that pop.
Yep.
And I forgot to show the Floyd Mayweather scheme, but this one right here pops. You're
Yep.
going to tell what that car, who that is when it hits the racetrack, and you're going to see that 50 like, wow, that right there pops. And it don't surprise me because Floyd Mayweather is a flashy guy,
Yep.
and Pit Viper is a flashy company.
Yep.
So, um,
Well, yeah.
excited.
See, you get that one, and then you get this boring looking thing.
I don't know what went
I'm
wrong with that one.
uh, I'm not happy with this one. I really am not. I'm a huge 24 fan, guys. And I'm like, it worked on the Gen 6 car. Yeah, missed the mark here on the next gen, though.
Yeah, there's quite a few that's missed the mark, and I'm excited to kind of see all the paint schemes come practice.
Yep.
So I don't know if I have a video upside down. No, all I have is the density, but we probably won't show it right now. Um, we do have the Kyle Larson. Poor Kyle Larson. I don't know what got in his shoes. He just took it out on Justin Haley. Wrecks him going down the straightaway.
Yep.
Now, if you go back a corner, Haley did have him sideways. Haley, but that was part of Byron, right? Byron caused that one.
Yeah, I plead the fifth on this one. I ain't
No,
taking any part of it.
yeah, you might plead the fifth all you want, but Byron shoved the
Oh,
living hell out. But okay, if you're on the outside, you're getting down quick, and that's exactly what Haley did. He got down quick. Well, who knows if Byron didn't think he was going to get down and was
well,
already committed on the heavy
your
braking.
your gaps at that track. That was the one thing about that track is that your gaps narrowed up in a hurry.
Yeah.
Like if you were gonna try to get in there on a guy and he got in front of you, I mean that's why we saw some of the wrecks we did because it was just like the guy's gonna make a move and you cut him off going into the corner and he's going 5 or 6 miles an hour faster than you. Well, guess what's gonna happen? The bumpers are gonna hit.
Yep. I've got the Kyle Larson deal. Here it is.
Still side by side for the lead. And into the wall goes Haley. Caution is out.
This is exactly what we talked about earlier.
I don't know if you want me to play that again, but you can clearly see the 24. It has his nose probably hitting Haley's seat. Okay. Now,
He did. Hey, well, no, he didn't hit him that hard. He was bumping him, but you know what?
whoa.
I was kind of thinking,
Wait a
like,
second.
you know what? That's get going. Like we need to get because I guarantee
You
Byron
can't
sitting
shove a
in that
guy
seat.
all the way. You can't shove him to Mars.
Oh, he didn't shove him to Mars. Holy crap! Your boy. Hey. Show the 33 and the 12 there,
I don't have
and
that
then we'll.
video.
Yeah, well, you don't have. Yeah, you don't have
But
it.
I did have Ryan Blaney's
He
comments.
caved his nose in 6 inches when he nailed Blaney. I saw the video. He
What tell
absolutely
Blaney
caved the
quit
nose
brake
in.
checking him?
Oh.
Blaney brake checked him, and I don't blame Eric Jones one bit. Look here.
All right. Well, Haley brake check Byron. There. That's going to be my excuse.
Whoa. Can't say that. No,
What?
what happened was Byron just didn't have a brake pedal.
No. You know what happened there?
He had his brake bias at 43%.
That's called short track racing.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's called short track racing. I hate to see what intermediate racing is.
dude. If you go to Bowman Gray, that's how it looks the whole way around. And
I
anybody
can
will
tell
tell
you
you
right
that,
now.
right?
That's one track that I'm looking forward to on Flow this year is Bowman Gray because they're showing every race on Flow. I
That
can't wait.
That to me was typical bull ring racing. A lot of that was bull ring racing.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I did not expect it. Everybody expected it. I did not expect it. Here's why. Because of the car shortage and the part shortage. And one, these guys are just paid to race. They're not like and I can't get out of mind. These guys are on a contract. They get paid per race.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them not by performance. Right.
Yeah. Now,
where in the old days they're paid. Okay, you're getting top 5. I'm giving you this. You're getting everybody's on a cut percentage wise on purse. I understand that.
Now the whole thing with the Larson, Haley, Byron thing is that could have been retaliation from Larson because you never know what happened beforehand. When you're dealing with a bull ring situation, like how did Larson get on the outside of Haley in the first place? Did 2 corners before that, did Haley get into the back of Larson and shove him up onto the outside?
And that's one thing I did not
You
like.
don't know.
I didn't like with the camera moved way too much.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You just don't know because to me, Larson's not the kind of guy where if you bump him and root him out of the way once, he's going to put you in the fence.
Yeah.
To me, it was like there was probably something before that. got Larson out of the groove. And then when Byron hit into Haley and Haley got into him on the outside, that might have been the second hit. And then it was like, all right, now I had enough of your crap. And put him
Yeah,
in the fence.
I 100% with that. But back with Eric Jones and Ryan Blaney. Brian Blaney. Well, he wanted to throw a Hans device. Here's what Ryan had to say. I didn't get to get Eric's part, but I'll translate it here in a minute.
Well, we got some fireworks over here. Ryan Blaney just took off his Hans device, ran past me, and threw it at the 43. We had some contact out there, Ryan. We don't see you lose your cool very often, but what happened between the two of you?
Oh, just wants to destroy me for seventh. Don't really make no sense, so I don't know. Just kind of riding around and just running back of you and killed our car. So, yeah, I was mad, but don't have that.
It's short track racing, Mike.
That's short track racing at its best.
Where did we hear that before? It's short track racing. Yeah.
Listen, that was the whole. Jones said he brake checked him.
I'm so proud of my boy. I was so proud. I'm over yelling to the TV, "Come on, Jones!" You know.
Well, I saw the replay. Jones freaking
oh yeah,
he caved the nose in 6 inches on that car, and I am gonna give the next gen car kudos for that. Those guys were beating the hell out of those bodies, and they held up really well.
I think it's really going to come into play at Bristol. I think you're going to see a lot of leaning on, some sliders and stuff like that.
Oh, Martinsville's going to be entertaining this year.
Oh yeah, yep. That's a race. That's a race I wouldn't mind going to and stuff. You know, but man, I mean, there was so much that last chance LCQ, boy. If it didn't have you on your feet, if you was there, there's something wrong. You know, and I'll save it for later, but there's a wreck coming on that one. Okay.
Yep.
There's a rant coming on that later, right?
Yeah, there's a rant coming. Yeah. But one thing we want to bring up before we talk about the winner, though, we saw some things that were a little interesting with this next gen car at the Clash. Yeah. Willie, your comments?
I'm not saying I wasn't surprised, but seeing two of the fast cars break, it kind of, man, I don't know. It's got me on the edge to see what the durability of these cars are. You know, I call it the slap shifter, right? It's the sequential shifter. I call it a slap shifter. You can basically slap it with your hands. Basically what the drag cars got, right? That's drag cars got that slap shifter. So I'm sure them two cars are probably going back to R&D. I'm sure that's them two are being put back to see actually why and how they, do it. And I wouldn't doubt if NASCAR ain't really got cars on the pull down rigs shifting gears, see if they can't get it happen again. Right. But $40,000 is what that really costs. That's how much the transactions of pieces in that whole department is $40,000. That's
both of those cars, though, it was not a transaxle failure.
Mm-mm.
It was a connection between the transaxle and the drive shaft that broke.
Right.
And it was the same thing on both cars. My concern with the next gen reliability issues, and you and I talked about this a little bit earlier, was Almirola's wreck bothered me. Because when he got turned and he slapped the wall with the right rear, I mean, we saw the bodywork cave in and everything. But what got me was when the car came back around and hit the fence again, I saw it kind of jump up. And I was like, well, that's kind of strange. And then they showed it, and the right front suspension was all broke. And it seemed to me like if the guys were hitting the fence hard enough, they were breaking suspension components. Like Blaney slapped the wall with the right side of the car and apparently broke the toe link in the rear.
And that wasn't a hard hit. And now
that wasn't a hard hit. I didn't
Jones
think.
did squeeze him in the wall. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a squeeze. He kind of drove him up there. You know, but we shouldn't have that early, right? It's got teams. I don't care what the NASCAR says. Oh, it's not going to happen. It's got teams on edge. I don't care what you say. It's got teams on edge right now.
Well, let's be honest. If you hit the wall hard, from what I've seen so far, if you hit the wall relatively with a pretty good shot, and I'm not talking a shot like the right front blows and you hit the fence, because even with the Gen 6 car, if the right front blows and they hit the fence, your race is over. But right now, I'm kind of like, man, you hit the fence hard enough, and I'm not talking a big hit. I'm talking just a good hit, and your race might be done.
Yeah.
You might be breaking suspension components.
Yeah. And you
so,
know how hard they hit at Martinsville. I mean,
well, they hit like they do at Martinsville. But I mean, even with the Gen 6 car, they hit that hard. Their race was over. So
yeah.
it's just, I don't want to see it where the guys are basically, like at Darlington, right? They slide up, they kind of hit the fence a little bit hard, and now the rear toe link's broken. Well, your race is over.
Yeah.
So, I think there's going to be some bugs. I think you and I agree there's going to be some bugs that are going to be working out. I suspect to see this year, for the first time in a long time, a lot more mechanical failures than we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I suspect we're going to see engine failures more this year than we've seen in a long time. Because I've
don't
heard,
touch with the cars. All I tell the teams,
don't
touch
touch
them.
the car. No, but I have heard the cooling package this year is totally different than what they've ran before. And from what I understand, the days of running 260, 270 as your regular water temp are done. You're going to be running 200, 210.
Yeah.
And 220, 225, they're going to start getting nervous.
Yeah, I don't know what made them change the cooling on that car though.
You know what? I think it's probably got to do with cost to a degree, because I suspect that having to make the cars where they could run at 260, 270 probably up the price of the motors and the cooling systems.
I don't know what the cost of a complete car was for the Gen 6, but I did hear the complete cost of a Gen 7 car was around 550 to 650 complete.
Right.
I don't know what they had in the Gen 6 car complete, but I know the cost is going to be 550, which seems like a lot, but again, you're only going to have 7 of them, and if I'm not mistaken, you have to race that car 2 races in a row, or can you?
No, you have to race it 3 times.
But they don't have to be consecutive, right?
They don't have to be consecutive, but you have to race it 3 times before they consider retiring that chassis.
Xfinity, you have to run the motors 3 races in a row, correct?
I can't remember what it is, but I think you have to run them 2 in a row anyway.
Yeah, that's why you don't see very many burnouts.
I did hear this year for the West Coast swing for the Xfinity cars.
Yeah, they had to run all the motor.
They have to run the same chassis and motor at Vegas and Auto Club.
Yeah, unless you wreck it.
Yeah.
And the thing with the Cup chassis, NASCAR has to deem that it's junk for you build another one.
No, the chassis builder has to deem it's junk.
Okay, chassis builder.
Yeah, Technique. You have to send the car has to go back to the Technique, who's the chassis builder, and the chassis builder will determine whether or not the car can be repaired or if it's junk.
Here is my thing, though. We don't have time to send it off, right?
Well, depends. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if they end up that we wreck the whole field at Daytona and there's 36 cars going back to Technique, I suspect that could be a problem. So, but we'll see. I mean, you know what? Now, probably for my opinion, I know that John is happy about this, Fowler, and so is Michael. The worst part of the clash was this part right here. Joey frigging Logano won. Yeah, you guys know our opinions on it. Yeah, I'll say this though, he definitely had the best handling car at the end of the race. He was rolling the center better than anybody else.
I'm gonna tell you,
But
and I'll say this: seeing so many right front lock up and not blowing out.
oh, left front, you mean the left front lockups? Yeah.
I'd say the person had the most lockups, and they had the same amount of lockups at road courses. Bubba Wallace.
Oh yeah.
He had it. He had the wheel like stopped all the way around the corner and let off the gas or let off the brake and then go again. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it shows that the watching the race, I didn't care. I didn't really look at the numbers placement. I wasn't paying attention to that. I didn't pay attention to the wheels. I was watching the racing.
Yep.
I thought I would be distracted by all that, all and stuff.
Yep.
I wasn't.
It was a good race. It was a good race.
It was a good race.
Ice Cube could have. I didn't enjoy that. And
well, I see.
It was good for the market. It was good for the
market. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like if we go down to Mexico City, you're not going to take a Blake Shelton down there, right? You're going to have your Hispanic, stuff. I do want to. I know Silly C's already went, but Jesse Awuji and Emmett Smith teaming up with Chevy, great for the sport. I think them two linking up is going to be great for the sport. I think. I don't know how good they're really going to be year one, but knowing he's got an actual team, or not actual team, but an actual manufacturer backing him.
Yep.
100%. I'm all for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then of course you got Kyle Weatherman. He's got 5 races with DGR. That's not. Is that David Gillen racing DGR?
Yes.
For Xfinity? I didn't know he had Xfinity cars. Let me look at it.
Might be. I can't remember.
I mean, but we missed all that. What we got next?
Well, I believe, and I hope he's ready.
Michael,
are you ready to go? All right, it's dirt time.
Here we go.
What's up, fellas?
He's all hyped for the Auburn win.
Yes, sir. Woo!
He's a happy man.
Auburn, never heard of them. Anyhow. Whoo-wee. By the way, I heard you little girls talking about how bad it was that Joey Logano won. Wah, wah, wah.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Maybe not for the sport.
Maybe not for you or Fowler, but it was bad otherwise.
What did I tell y'all after the race? You just need to find you some better drivers.
Hey, my driver finished fourth. Okay,
my driver finished first.
Huh?
My driver
it changes every week.
I know, it's a Penske. Let's get into the dirt report. How about that?
Whatever. My guy finished 6th, and I ain't going there because he sucked all weekend, and that's just the way it was.
All right, come on, Tiger. Let's go.
All right, we started things off down at Golden Isle Speedway. Let me get my notes here for Golden Isle. Golden Isle, not one. Had Devin. Nope, wrong. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated right now.
He's having a good night, fellas.
Oh, I'm having a blast, man. Soak that in big time.
Only because y'all was at home.
It would be him in Auburn, too.
Huh?
We'd have beat him in Auburn too.
Well, we won't know that.
I do. Anyhow, Golden Eye on that one had Devin Moran, Brandon Shepard, Kyle Larson, Tyler Erb, T-Mac, your top 5. First thing off, Jimmy Owens wrecked it in hot laps in his Longhorn that he had for night 1. And Larson had a full. Hang on a second. Owens would regroup, finish top 10 on that night. Night 2.
Wait a second. Hold up. We're not going to night 2 just yet.
That's all I got for night 2 because the show was kind of crappy from there.
The hottest driver in 2021 did not make the show.
Yes. Forgot. It's right here. Didn't read it. I'm ahead of myself, guys. Let me catch my little self here. But yes, Brandon Overton and it was Brandon Overton.
Garrett Appleson.
No, Overton and Pearson was the night 1 that first got busted for the droop rule.
Who got busted twice in one night?
That would have been
Overton, wasn't it?
No. Magic Man.
That's right, because this is the first year in Lucas that they've had the droop rule now.
Whitener got busted twice. That was it. Night 1 of Bubba Raceway Park.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So this was but this is the first year Lucas has the droop rule, correct?
All series. Every series that runs Dirt Lake models. I don't know about Outlaw, what Michael follows, but every series has a droop rule. They went universal.
Right.
Supposedly.
Yep. I think everybody's using it but IMCA.
Go figure, right?
Their own little, group. Let me fix this camera for y'all. All right. So then we go on to night 2, 47 entries, same as night 1. Brandon Overton gets it back, sets quick time, and then Moran finishing second. O'Neill, Pearson, and Bruning. Night 2 would see Larson had a full straightaway lead. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys.
That's the night that Larson broke, right?
Yes, Larson broke and had a DNF. Larson did set the track record at Golden Isle during practice, but he did not during qualifying. I don't know how close Overton got to it. I know it's pretty close, but he didn't get it. Hudson O'Neill wrecks in his heat. He had to take a provisional to make the show. Marler Madden had troubles in the feature early. Lap 22, Overton started to charge the lead on Larson. Lap 29, Overton took lead. T-Mac came to the party, lap 36. With a three-way battle between Overton, Moran, T-Mac, and Larson. Larson faded. Moran took the lead with 8 to go, but yellow came out just as Moran took the lead on that race, and I believe he would have won that race had the caution not come out after he took it. It was for a slowing Shane Clanton. On restart, Overton pulled away. Moran never got back to him. Larson went on to finish in the top 5, going back to 3rd from 5th. Also, Tyler Bruning with his 2nd consecutive top 5 on the tour. Night 3, stayed consistent, 47 entries. Larson was set quick time. I think I got ahead of myself. That was all in night 3. Sorry, guys, because night 2 was pretty limited night. Overton pretty much whooped everybody on that one.
Yeah.
Overton come back to night 2 and just laid the hammer down night 2.
And then we went to Bubba Raceway Park for night number 1. 46 entries. They would have 46 entries on both of their nights. Night 2 was rained out. T-Mac and Moran, what a battle right there at the end.
Wait a second. Hold up. I got it.
We got
You
video.
got it. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Side by side briefly down the back straightaway. White flag coming out. Moran, another late race charge. Moran trying to make it work up top. Down the straightaway. The white flag, he's not there. He is there. Now he goes to the inside. They're side by side. Moran takes the lead. Devin Moran takes the lead as they head. And they touched at the line. Checkered flag is out. What?
Wow. I
What a
mean,
finish.
that was a finish, but that I wouldn't say inexperienced because Moran's got a lot of experience. But if Moran would have kept it down a little lower, he would have probably won that race. But he got in that loose stuff, and that's what cost him.
Yeah. And again, Moran finishes second for the third time. Bishop third. Mark Whitener would finish fourth, and then Ricky Thornton Jr. Top five. Track times were quicker in hot laps than in 2020. T-Mac Rex first lap in time trials, but would recover and actually would set fast time overall. All right. Then we go to night number 2. 46 entries again, like I said. Moran set quick time. Moran won his heat. Moran pretty much brought the whooping stick out and won that one. Turbo second. Thornton third. Shepard fourth. And Clanton fifth. Max Blair, Matt Costner, Deshaun Gingrich, Kyle Hammer, and Colton Flinner all loaded up before time trials that night. Mark Whitener would fail the droop rule for the third time. One in for the third time SPEEDWEEKS. Yellow for the elbows thrown in heat number 3. That would have been from Turbo.
Ooh, that was ugly.
Ooh,
that was ugly.
It was a heat race that would never end. Whitener fails the droop rule after finishing second in the heat, and then essentially loaded it up. Did not take B main. Kyle Bronson had to go to the backup after winning his heat, and never really recovered from there. Now we go over to Alltech. 43 entries, night 1. Shepard set quick time. Moran was second, Davenport third, fourth was Clanton, and Ricky Thornton fifth in the feature. Owens decided to come out with his rocket car after tearing his Longhorn up at Golden Isle. They figured it was best to bring the rocket back.
Did they go to home?
No, they did not go home like they said they were.
No.
So he brought the backup car basically out of the hauler.
Also on that night, Davenport broke coming to the line to the feature. We thought it might have been a motor. It was just a small part that failed. Wasn't nothing major. Night 2 was a rain out at Alltech. Night 3, 44 entries. Devin Moran, once again, set quick time. Jimmy Owens won it on an emotional night. It was a heck of a race. I mean, I was ready to give up on Alltech, and man, that feature did not disappoint.
I wasn't giving up on Alltech. I mean, reason why is because power. You couldn't put the power down, and they was just they was sliding every which way. I mean, there was no groove. It was just sliding until you found grip, right?
Right.
So,
but Owens wins it. T-Mac second, Davenport third, Moran fourth, and Moran actually dropped that race, and because of the 5 races that you can drop. Shepard fifth. Track was super slimy at the start of the trials. Lots of cars slid into the wall. 4 yellows in the first 10 laps. Spins and car issues. Running very good in fourth. Gets turned by Turbo. Partially collect Davenport. Also, just after halfway, 39-9, put on a heck of a battle. 15 to go, 20 came to the party. The rest is history because Jimmy Owens said, see ya. And pretty much pulled away on that one. All right, now we're going to get into night one of East Bay.
Hell of a car count, Laura.
Yes, it was 70 cars.
Oof.
70 cars. A lot of guys that nobody's heard their name. So
Is this the last season for East Bay this year?
no,
No.
still got 2 years after this year. So we're basically
All right.
2024 is the last season. I think I want to go down there one of the 2 years at least to say you went down there because that's iconic track.
Very, and I hope, and it's not just because we race on iRacing. I would love for it to be on iRacing so that way the track is kind of preserved.
Yep.
And you can always go back and experience it.
I forgot to send this to you, Michael, but I don't know if you've heard about this new called Racing Dirt PC game coming out.
Yes.
They're driving down the Riverside Sunday, I think. Gonna scan it. So
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of the videos that the guy's been doing, and it kind of reminds me of the dirt track game, the first one that came out with I don't know if it was Rat Bag or not.
yeah, right back.
Rat
Where
Bag.
it had the stock cars and the late models and stock and street stocks.
Yeah,
What's
but-
the graphics like?
That's why I said it reminds me a lot of that.
Oh dear.
The sound of the cars aren't that great, but when you get into the real world look to it, it's awesome. I mean, it's just like the track sets, but the outside of the track is where it kind of gets,
Okay,
I don't know, lost.
Where is it gonna have like career mode?
It's supposed to.
So it's coming out what 2 years maybe?
Demo's supposed to be out here pretty soon,
All right. Well,
but
we'll have to see because
it's going to be a long project for sure.
I think iRacing with some of the purchases that they've made recently of some other other gaming companies, I think I'm really hoping some of that stuff will translate over to the dirt.
Well, here's what I think, and we've still got hit on iRacing too. Before, sorry to interrupt you, Michael, but what hurts me about iRacing is they only want to get big tracks, right? They don't want to get your mom and pop tracks like your Riverside, your old number one, your I-30s, tracks like that. They don't want to grab them tracks. Pardon my language, they don't want to grab these shit boxes that that you don't hear names come out of, right?
Here's why you won't get those tracks.
Because iRacing charges so much.
No, it's because they're only doing dirt car sanctioned tracks.
Because they have a dirt car thing.
Because they have a dirt car. Yep.
Sanctioned. So.
Yep.
All right, Michael.
All right. Let's hear about East Bay.
Dennis Erb would set quick time, and Dennis Erb would win. Hudson O'Neill second. Tim McCready third. Shane Clanton, hard charger of the race. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And then Stormy Scott fifth.
And night 2 was supposed to be tonight, or was
night
that
2
rained out?
Yep, night 2 was supposed to spin it out. We got rained out.
We got rained out.
Florida's getting a lot of rain right now. Volusia has canceled the last 3 nights or 2 nights. I can't remember.
They've only got one show in, and they tried to run double on that one night, and it got rained out.
Now they're just canceling it. They're not even postponed. They're just canceling.
But Dale McDowell did win it. By the way, if anybody's wanting to know, he did win the one and only show they had.
Are they running late models?
I
No,
No.
you're talking about the
Yeah,
2-night
yeah,
show of the
yeah,
World Outlaw. Okay.
right, yeah.
Right. Because I know
Yeah.
they go
This
down
is
there for
modified
Speed Week.
week.
Yeah, 76 is what I saw down there.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get rained out tomorrow.
I hope not.
No.
I really needed to not rained out so I could be watching the Hogs play, which I got my wish, and so we could do
Oh,
this.
so it's your fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to go to the notes, some notable drivers that didn't come back for Speed Weeks at East Bay Night 1, Mike Mahler, Davenport, Kyle Strickler. Some notable big names there. I don't know what's going on with Mike Marler. He's struggling. I know he's not in his, main car.
Well, I think what's hurting Mike Marler is he's driving for two different teams.
Right.
And I don't know if it's the same equipment, same caliber equipment. I mean, I don't understand why you run for two different teams.
There's no way it's the same caliber. I know that the team he's driving for runs World of Outlaws, and they're not real consistent on the World of Outlaws when they are on tour with that car. But Marler doesn't drive it.
No.
That's the white car, right? With the yellow numbers is the one that you're talking about? Because his normal car is the blue one with the yellow numbers.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? He usually runs around my area when he runs the big shows at not Lake Cumberland, but Ponderosa. He usually hits them big shows. And I'm going to tell you something. Dude's a class act. Down to earth, talk to anybody. And he was a wheelman. Ponderosa's probably one of the fun tracks to watch, really. They're next to the wall, downright getting it. Cameron Marler's one to watch. I think if he ever gets in a super, he'll be one to watch. I think he's a tad bit better driver than Mike is, in my opinion. He's burning up the crate days right now.
Yeah, I like Marler. He's a good guy. Going into the race, the feature event, heat races. I mean, me and you said it. They were boring. They were one lane. Feature pretty much wasn't no different. Bruning running inside top 10 brings out the first yellow, and Bronson first car out. Also, Flinner calls it a night on the first yellow. Top not there, or top not the place to be. Moran running second, went up and dropped anchor, fell back to sixth. Overton, the leader, went up there, dropped anchor, fell to fifth. Winger having a great night. Thought he was going to win it. Got off the bottom, went to the top, looped it, hit the wall. He was going to call it a night, but his team owner told him to get back out there, keep running.
What did he recover to?
I think 14th is what he ended up being. Moran also had issues on the restart, stacked the field up, fell to seventh. Overton was getting the top to work, drove in to the leader's door, which was Herb at the time, Dennis Herb, and man, he drove that sucker right straight in the wall and fenced it hard. And then Clanton, hard charger, and so was Tyler Herb, 19th to 4th for Clanton, 23rd to 8th for Tyler Herb. Moran with his worst finish of the Speed Week, seventh.
So Turbo went from 23rd to 8th.
Yeah.
Did he have any of a right rear quarter panel left on it?
If he would have went to the top, he wouldn't have finished. I mean, everybody went up there, fenced it, or looped it.
I'm gonna tell you something.
The way he was throwing elbows that other night, I thought, damn, there ain't no freaking way he's gonna have a right rear on it anymore.
I'm gonna tell you, and wow, I mean that track you couldn't get no lower. I mean,
No.
it's like a patch.
They were hopping the left front tires over the tires.
It was a patch on the very, very bottom.
So my question is to you, man, Michael, is that mainly because of the weather conditions that they've been having that they're struggling to get the two lanes working?
Here's my
East Bay
thing.
always had two lanes, right?
Here's my thing, and I see it out here at Batesville all the time. If you run consistent shows, night in, night out, which they just had the crates down there for.
Oh, they've had a modified week, crate
Yeah.
week. They ain't had no stop.
The track's wore out. It needs to be able to settle down and naturally just kind of, I don't know, take its shape again. And then, a
You
week
got time
later,
for that.
and then a week later, run it. Then you get better racing. And I'm hoping they had enough rain that it just kind of resettled the track, and hopefully we'll get better racing.
Well, they'll have to work it pretty hard to try to get it dried out if they got a big rain tonight.
I'd rather have a lot of moisture in it.
Yeah. I get it back to Alltech, because Alltech was boy, it was good. I love that sliding around and tapping the wall and stuff like that. I do have the updated points. I don't know if you wrote it down, but here is the.
I've got them.
There you go.
Yep, even with 2 drops now for Moran, still 12-20.
So you've got Brandon Shepard. He's not even running for points for
No.
the Lucas Oil, so you can mark him out. And that's the only one I'd see running for World Outlaw points that's up there.
Dennis Serb, he'll run World of Outlaw probably.
Is Moran going to run the full season this year, or is
be
he
stupid not to?
I don't know.
Because he didn't run the full season last year.
Look, I'm fixing to tell y'all all the individual points bonuses right now, and he's killing it right now. The Risco Industrial Most Feature wins. He's tied with Brandon Overton with 2. That's $1,000 extra at the end of the year. Big River Steel Most Podiums. Devin Moran 6. Brandon Shepard 3. That's another 1,000. Penske Shops Most Top 5s. Devin Moran 7. Shepard 5. That's another 1,000. Optimal Batteries Hard Charger, which Devin Moran isn't leading. Shouldn't even be talked about in that one. Right now, it's Ross Robertson 53, Tyler Erb 46, Ashton Winger 42, Spencer Hughes 39.
So that's as many positions
That's
he's passed.
positions gained. Yep. That's positions gained. Yeah.
That's for additional $500. All-Star Performance Fast Time Award. 3 of them are tied with 2. That's additional $500. Devin Moran 2, Shepard 2, Kyle Larson 2, Overton 1, T-Mac 1. Simpson Race Pro Heat wins. Devin Moran 7, Shepard 4, Overton 3, T-Mac 3, Clanton 3.
How many nights have we had?
Wow.
8.
So he's won his heat 7 out of 8 nights?
Yep.
Wow.
Midwest Sheet Metal Points Leader Challenge. That's additional $1,000. Devin Moran has led 7 weeks or 7 races. T-Mac with start of race 1. DirtDraft.com Hot Laps. This is overall set in the fast time there. Hot Laps, they keep that. It's additional $500. Overton 2, Shepard 1, T-Mac 1, RTJ 1, and Tyler Bruning 1.
$6 million is the purse for this year.
Yep. And
I'll tell you, when you've had a Speed Week start like that, I hope he runs the whole season, because he's got a lot of money he'll be throwing away otherwise.
yeah. And like me and Willie said, him kind of taking last year and just cherry picking, it's kind of paid off for him.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even cherry pick, really.
No.
He just took off and regrouped, basically. The only worry and it ain't really a worry, he's getting these wins, but the money is not really a lot right now. Right? He's getting a $5,000 win, a $10,000 win, or whatever. Unless he has a lot of money backing him to carry him on to the, season, kind of be hard for him to. I mean, I don't know what kind of money backing owner he's got. I don't know who his owner is, if it's his own car, but
as of right now, he has won $60,000 in take-home money so far this year.
Wow.
Is what James Essex has said. I think we lost Willie, didn't we?
I believe we may have lost Willie.
But
he was frozen there for a bit, so I was getting a little worried.
But yeah, James Essex says he's won $60,000 so far. Now, I don't know how much he made the other night at East Bay, but you could add that total to his tally.
He'd be crazy not to run it. He really would.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, boys.
Oh, you're good. Also, Davenport put out on, well, his wife put out on Twitter
He
yesterday.
announced today.
Yeah, I seen that he's going to run a limited schedule, spend a little more time at home.
Well,
I don't see that lasting very long.
Well, I don't think he's really taking a limited schedule. He's going chasing money.
He's chasing money this year.
He'll chase money, but it won't be where he's gone for weeks at a time.
I mean, you got to think about it. He's going to hit.
Well, he'll hit Eldora guaranteed.
Oh yeah. He's got 4 of the Bristol races. If he wins all 4 of them, that's $200,000 right there. So it's $50,000 to win each event.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's chasing money. I don't even know what I mean. I saw it earlier, but I didn't see. He's not coming back out till March, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So he'll be coming back out in March, probably gearing up for Bristol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
well, that was a great recap, Michael. Awesome note taken.
Yeah, I should have been a little more organized, but I tried to straighten it up earlier before the game. And
hey, you good?
The game took precedence.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go off to iRacing update, and some congratulations are in order for our Mr. Redding here.
I appreciate it.
I'll bring this up here. Michael Redding, Season 1 NASCAR champion in Dirt Series.
4 wins.
5. He missed the checker sticker. I won over half the season.
5 wins. This is the 2nd championship for Evil, correct?
No, we have won every championship they've had.
Well, this is the 3rd season.
4th. He had the Asphalt Super Late Model League that Davey won.
Davey won that one. Then they had one where Steven won.
Yep. I won the first championship that they had, and then I just won this one.
So you've won 2 championships.
Yep.
And chasing a third, and right now plans is chasing a third.
Chasing a third. Waiting for my trophy to come through the mail just any day.
All right. Well,
I got excited today when I got home. I thought it would be here because John said he mailed it Friday or Saturday.
Is that the stern wheel trophy?
No, I've got that one up there.
And I don't know why, Willie. I really don't know why. But you and I are going in there for season 2 for a little bit of punishment. I think that's it's going to end up being.
I'll be honest with you. If he stuck with the street stocks, I would have felt a lot more confident because I can drive a street stocks, but him sticking, and we all know why he stuck with the Pro Late models, right? You know, we all know why. Don't blame him a bit, but sticking with the Pro Late models, the UMPs. Let's be honest, it was a caution fest with the big blocks and the Pro Late models. The UMPs is probably it is the hardest car to drive on iRacing dirt.
It is. You got to have a lot of finesse in the throttle.
Because if you get off the bar, you're done for that lap. Go ahead and it's a throwaway lap. You will drop from 1st to 7th if you drop off the bar. If you get off the bar.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Michael, I think we need to come up with a slogan. It's not going to be cocky, but
I was cocky at times.
Well, no, I'm just thinking.
Y'all know I was.
I know, but we kind of needed to put, maybe somewhere on the car chasing for 3 or something. I mean, something. That might get you wrecked. I don't know. Be
Well,
good.
they got to catch him first before they can wreck him. You and
Yeah.
I will be way more in the firing line than he is.
Yeah.
But I have heard rumors that Mr. Gregory may be coming out of hiding for season 2 as well. So
Hopefully, I hadn't heard from him.
Maybe they want to fire up a team championship or team owner championship then.
I mean, we'll win it. I'm not trying to be cocky. I know we would.
I'm gonna, with me on this schedule, gonna get a lot of laps in that UMP modified and that pro.
Well, we all know you need it.
Yeah, you need a lot of them too. I've got to get a new wheel. I mean, I think my wheel's warped. I try to turn it and you can see it kind of warped. So I kind of figured out my problem. I think I'll pick up a couple tenths once I get a new wheel.
Heard this one before too.
Yeah. He lucky my internet went out yesterday, or I'd have won that Talladega race.
Well, I guess should we get to the next part of the asphalt side of our?
Yeah, let's get to the asphalt side of that. Yeah. Well,
field filler, huh?
Field filler.
Take it and stuff it up your ass.
Field filler. Yeah, I didn't know if you like the quotation marks. You're the dirt guy, I'm the recce, and got a field filler over
there. Yeah, field filler. But that don't look like no field filler to me there, boys.
It just looked like a car wrecking to me.
That would be me doing my victory donuts. Thank you very much.
And
in my fancy Mid-South Sports Report Apex Design sponsored Xfinity Camaro.
How many races have we had in that league this season? What race number is it?
That would have been race number
3.
4.
4?
We've won half the races.
Yeah,
I got a win at Bristol, and you got Kansas.
And I got Kansas. Yep.
And I'm getting Daytona.
We're doing well in that one. Yeah, Daytona's coming up. My Kansas win though, it had a little controversy in there, but
little controversy.
Little controvery, but
guys took tires. Guys saved tires. I mean, Kerr did a good job of saving a set. He's the only one that actually did not take a set into fuel only, which we talked about it during the race.
Yeah,
do you want to take fuel only or take tires? We took tires. Sarge got off a sequence when he ran through his pit stall, so he had to take a wave around, so that hurt him. So he had a set. AJ, I don't even know how AJ had a set, but he had a set.
Yeah.
And stuff.
But there was unfortunately there was a caution. What was it, with 5 laps to go or 4 laps to go? I think
5
it was.
to go.
And
it was 9 to go, and then it was 5 to go.
Yeah, and Gretsch was basically, he had that race won. I was running second, battling hard with Malarkey.
He had a set
and
left.
The caution come out, and it just ended up. Unfortunately, Kansas is one of those racetracks where guys love to jump the start. And that's why we ended up with quite a few cautions there at the end. We had guys jumping the start.
Well, here's my thing with, if it ever comes down to 9 to go, I'm going to be like a Brug when you won that practice race, or I think Michael won that practice race. I think it is Michael. Y'all just going to have to pit behind me because I'm not pitting. With 9 to go, eggs are in the basket. I ain't pitting. That's just my opinion. Because
depends on the track, man. Like if you're talking Homestead or Atlanta or something like that, you don't pit with 9 to go, you're dead. If you have a set of tires in the pits with 9 to go at Atlanta, you'd better pit.
Not the new Atlanta, though.
Well, maybe not the new Atlanta, but the old Atlanta, you'd better. So anyway, we had a good we had a really good showing this week at No Toad, and Willie, you actually got a 13th, which was a
13th, started
good finish for
20th.
you. So
Yep, started 20th something. I'm with, and Sarge said something in the chat. With 33 regular drivers, getting a top 20 is good, and I'm with him on that boat. If I'm not a top 10 driver with these cars. I want to run top 15. If I run top 15, I'm satisfied. If I get a top 10, I'm tickled to death. And if I win one of these, I'll buy a case for me and I'll drink it at home. That's just me.
If you buy a case of beer, by God, you better have me on the show with you. We're gonna sit with our cameras because I'm gonna watch this.
So,
Nah.
but we got off week this week, and then Daytona's coming up the weekend of the 500. So,
Yeah, Michael, we're gonna have to make some arrangements because we're gonna need all three cars running for the Daytona race.
yeah,
Uber, how much is Uber?
I don't have it here.
you got a
Lyft?
couple weeks. Maybe you can figure it out.
Got Lyft?
No.
Got a thumb?
Oh yeah, plenty of that goes on around here.
So,
But Michael,
we're having a good season. So
yeah, it's a good season. Where are you at in points?
I'm up to 4th in points.
4th in points.
Yeah.
Michael, you're still top 10, I think.
I'm dropping like a lead balloon.
No, he's like 18th or something now.
Am I past him?
No,
You might have.
no, I checked.
Huh.
At least check that part. I'll let you know. Just a second.
You got to remember though, Michael won a race, so that makes
I am hanging around the 19th in points. Willie is 20th.
I'll
I've
take
got a
it.
whole 3 points on you.
Hey, yeah.
But you've also run one more race than he has there, Willie. So
Really?
he didn't run Kansas.
Yeah, I didn't even attempt it.
Oh. I really think the way No Toad's going, it's going to be a kind of, if you're in the top 25, you're moving on. Below 25, I think you're kind of getting maybe demoted to the ARCA series or something like that.
Yeah, it could be, but we had a good week. We had a really good week at No
Could have had a
Toad.
win. Could have had a win last night if you had a helper.
Yeah, I think so. One of us would have won last night, I think, if we had a helper.
Where did you wind up last night?
I got 4th. I pushed
Yeah.
Benson to the win. He owes me marshmallows right now, and a whole bunch of them.
I was 10 feet from racing to get my lap back.
Yep, the caution
Caution come out, and the 82 car was a nose ahead of me. I know that people think, oh, that was too aggressive. You shouldn't be racing with leaders. I'm 5 laps down. I'm not going to get 5 wave rounds. I'm not going to get lucky dogs. Got a race for a couple of them, and I knew I had a fast car to get up there and at least contend with them. Why not go up there? And I went up there and I took the lead a couple times. I just never could get clear of Benson.
It just ended up. I restarted. I think it was second. I think it was on the last restart of the race, and second is not where you want to restart at Talladega.
Oh,
and just ended up. I got freight train going down the backstretch and lost some positions, and Benson got around me, and he just was kind of in the right place at the right time. And I was like, well, I'm going to hook my horse to his wagon or my wagon to his horse, I guess it would be in this case. And I just basically put her pedal to the metal and pushed him to the front. So
I think next week, Matt, reach out to Benson, see if he wants to come on the show and talk about that little Talladega win.
Oh, we can do that.
I think it'll be a good one to get on here. And so
yeah, he's our editor in chief of our NTRL weekly that's put out.
And I'd like to reach out to him, and we're going to need to get us a website going and stuff like that. Big plans coming up. So we're going to move on to best and worst of the week and stuff. Matt or Michael, I'll go ahead and let you I had the first on that one. Best and worst.
Um, best of the week was definitely Alltech putting on a great show in the second race. Worst of the week has to go to East Bay last night for poor track conditions and taking forever to rework the track to get the same type of racing.
Right.
Matt.
Best of the week, I'm gonna give that to the whole start to finish NASCAR. Gonna give that to them. Hell of a job on the Coliseum, the Clash. That was really good, exciting racing to see. Exactly what we needed to bring to the LA market. Worst of the week. Well, I know what it is for me personally, and it's got something to do with the NRTL race, but I ain't gonna bring that up. If you know about it, you'll know who I'm talking about. But hey, we'll go there. Worst of the week probably at the end of the day has to be. I'm a little concerned about the suspension components on that next gen car. They were not getting into the fence that hard, a couple of them, and it was taking them out of the race. So, a little concerned about that. Probably my close second runner-up would probably be Larson putting Haley in the fence like he did. That wasn't exactly what I would consider to be a mark of a great
That was
champion.
dangerous. That was dangerous.
That wasn't a great move. So, we'll give him his worst of the week for the Clash, because I pretty much ain't going to be able to give him worst of the week for the rest of the year, because he's probably going to, if he has another season like 2021, look out.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, hell, here we go. Rant coming.
Yeah. Best of the week. Well, I think I'm with Matt on this one. I think it has to go to NASCAR about trying different things and going out of the element. Phenomenal job. That I'm saying best of that's going to Ben Kennedy, because this was his idea. This was his idea to go out. I think that having a young mind in executive, he is going. The future for NASCAR looks great with him under leadership. So kudos to him. Worst of the week, got to go to NASCAR again. For the officials that made the call on Ty Dillon, giving him a black flag for jumping the start at the end. Why would you give him a black flag at the end of the race and not black flag him? Because as soon as it happened, right? Because if you give him the black flag as soon as it happened, I'm not saying tell him to fall to the back. I'm telling you let the teams go, okay, you're the leader, he's fourth. That's who you're shooting for. I think the aggression level would have probably went up more. That's my opinion on that one.
We've talked about it a little bit, and I think I agree with you on this one. How it should have been handled differently is exactly the same as it's handled in dirt track racing and short track
Call
racing.
it back.
Call it back. Throw the caution right away. Throw it back. Put them to the tail end. Restart the race.
They race at so big of a tracks. If a restart don't go right, I've seen, and I think they afraid they're going to cause pile ups if
we were talking about green flag only laps anyway at the Clash.
Right.
And to me, it's like if they would have gone, they didn't like the start. He comes around to the back straight away. Throw the caution flag. Dump him to the back for one. It takes one lap. Dump him to the back of the pack. One to go. 2 laps of caution around that place would have meant absolutely nothing. Restart the race.
Yeah. We had a rule at my local track, before it closed down. And a lot of tracks, Pace probably does it too. If you get called back, restart, you're flipping rows. Second row, you go to the front. That's how you do it. You go back a row. You're no longer a control car. Third place is a control car.
Nah, they
It's,
don't
but
do that at Batesville.
the way we done it here, it works out perfect. I've seen it happen at Clarksville. Works out perfect. Just basically flop rows. Um, I do. I don't like when flagmen don't like if they don't like to start. They they don't throw the green flag, and all it does is get guys wrecked. I've seen it so many times. The guy in the back don't see he thinks it's green. He runs over the guy in front of him.
I'm actually surprised because our dirt track, if he don't like to start, he doesn't throw the green. They turn the green lights on, but they don't throw the flag. And then caution lights come back on when you're going down the backstretch.
Well, I mean, I think
And
you still throw the green and then you
so,
call it
but
back.
Well,
but
here's
what
what.
it is, but
Go
what it
ahead.
is that they throw the yellow, they come back around, flagman goes, waves his little, naughty stick at the guy that jumped it. They
Right.
don't toss him to the back right away. But the way it goes is at our track, they can give one to go on the backstretch.
Yes.
So he'll come around, he gets the naughty as he goes around from the main flagman. They come around to the backstretch. Backstretch flagman gives them the one to go, which means they're going green when they come back around again. They'll go green. If the same guy jumps to start the second time, caution comes out, back of the pack, shift the lines up, restart the race.
Yeah.
Our flagger instantly, if he knows it's not going to go, he just does the as they come by.
But I mean, that don't make no sense. Like ours, our asphalt track, if he didn't like to start, he'd always pull the flag and he wouldn't throw it and all that. My thing is, if you don't like to start, throw the green flag. If he comes around the backstretch, that's when you start flickering your yellow light. You start slowing them up and stuff.
Well, like I
You
said,
give them
our
the
track,
caution flag, and then you flash a green.
our
You're going
track
green.
doesn't stop it because they still put the green light on. He just doesn't throw the flag.
So
What
they
he
know it's
does is
coming back.
basically what he does is they throw the green lights on, and what the flagger does is he puts the green flag out, but he doesn't wave it.
Okay.
So all he does is he just holds it there, and then the green comes out. And if that happens, guaranteed you come around to the backstretch, the caution light's going to be on,
Yeah.
and you know that it's going to be a restart violation.
Yeah.
He's pretty good about that.
I've seen some dirt tracks now where they'll pull the cars out. They'll make a stop on, say, pits or on backstretch. They'll stop. They'll get the line up correct. They'll come around, get one to go, and then you're taking a green. I've seen some tracks they'll freaking try to set the line up as they're pacing, and it takes 4 laps of caution before they even go green.
Yep.
Yep. So,
But typically that's how the restarts work at our track, and it like usually it's like if you have a bad restart, it's like 30 seconds after the bad restart, and they're going green again. Like they don't piss around.
Well, that's the way Lucas is. Lucas has got that way. Lucas is okay. If they don't like to start, they'll instantly throw the yellow, and on the backstretch they're taking the green. But the technology has got a lot better too. That's what a lot of people realize. Technology got so bad. Every track is running the transponders or
everybody's got receivers now.
Yes.
Yeah, every track you're basically running receivers. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't look. And I don't know if it's why they do it, but everybody on the receiver ain't got to be dicks. I mean, you don't.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
But you hear everybody you're like, line up. What are you doing? Look, talk to them like they're human beings.
But have you noticed how a lot of the streams now don't have the race receiver playing anymore?
No. and I enjoyed to listen to, but Lord, I mean, it got pretty bad there for a little bit,
Yeah.
Which I think Amanda's. I don't know if it's Amanda or one of the Frenches are in the Lucas Oil's ears. They're the one telling them basically where to go. But I've had a receiver in my ear. They ain't very. They're when I was spotting in Nashville, All American Weekend, I had to have the receiver, and God, I mean, they're like, what ticked me off. I had it in my ear, and they had to, hey, raise your hand if you hear us. That basically lets them know that they got communication to you, and then then they come back and they'll say, we've cut the laps from 50 to 40. We're running 40 laps now. Like, you wait for us to get on the track to tell us we're running 40 laps, but they're the boss. But
That's right.
all right, we're going to did our best and worst. Going to have a show next week, next Tuesday night. This is going to be the preview for the 2022 season. No races to recap, only dirt stuff. If they get races in, Lord willing, they at least get some nights in. We still have 4 nights left, correct, Matt or Michael?
No, you got 6.
No. You had 6 nights of green.
Oh, yeah. You got 5 now.
4.
No, you got 5.
No, you rained out 1, so you got 4.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Do they run Sunday?
No. Super Bowl
Before that.
Sunday. Nobody runs. Only person that runs on Sunday is Volusia, and they run early. That's the only day they run in the daylight there. Which means we can't watch Volusia anyway because I'm not getting dirt vision.
No.
I'm not getting dirt vision. I am going to end up getting probably XR, though. We'll probably end up getting XR for the month of March.
Yeah.
So we can watch Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
So, but next week's going to be fun. I'm sure our picks are going to be way different than each other.
Well, Michael, you better make sure you're here because I have a feeling that the commissioner is going to be taking a lot of prop bets next week.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be some prop bets.
Yeah.
Going to be
We've
some
already
prop
got prop bets that you're already going to be in trouble on, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Commissioner.
Yep.
What, Jeb Burton going to get 1 win? Yeah, it's happening. I tell you right now, old Landon Castle didn't look good in a cup car. They treated him like a rag doll. So,
Yeah,
Cup
that was a
car.
back
We're not
marker
talking
team.
Xfinity car. We're talking Cup car.
a back marker team, 77 cars got a cup win. Just saying.
On a rain shortened race.
On a rain
Here we go.
On a rain shortened Daytona race that he stayed out in front of the whole field.
Don't remind me I
and
was
got
there.
lucky.
Don't remind me I was there.
The guy that should have won that freaking race is what pisses me off because it was my guy sitting in second that was dominating that race. Thank you very much.
Actually, the person that should have won it was Kurt Busch. Matt McCall made a wrong call and brought him down pit road. I'm sitting in section 363, and I can visually see lightning on the beach. I'm thinking, well, it's coming. Here comes Kurt Busch and the line of cars down. Here comes the 77 to the lead. I'm like, and I heard on the radio, NASCAR says, lightning in the area, bring them down pit road this time. And I'm thinking, and I called my wife, and I said, I think they're about to call this race. And she's like, yeah, it's pouring down here in Orlando. She was in Orlando at Universal. I was at the race. I'm walking, and the guy next to me said, well, that wasn't good. I said, you realize we probably just seen the biggest upset in NASCAR history, right? He said, really? I said, the guy couldn't keep up with the field. He could not even, and I'm seriously, Justin Haley could not even stay with the draft.
Yep.
He got a free pass 2 car.
Yeah,
that's 2 years ago.
And you're saying that this is a top level team now?
I'm not saying he's a top.
Are you freaking drunk?
A little, but listen. I'm not saying he's a top level team. I'm just saying that Spire has come a long way from what they was their first year of competition. Who else is first year? Because Colic won in their first year of competition. Who
you
you
need
think?
to put the wiki away. You really need to put the wiki
Michael's
away.
one sent it to me.
What?
But now, next week's going to be a phenomenal show. We're going to try something new. We're going to break down all 36 charter teams for the Cup Series, and we're going to give our picks for the playoff for the Xfinity Series, and we're going to pick the champion only for the Truck Series. That's how we're doing it.
And I'm going to find out how much richer I'm going to be at the end of this year.
I might have to bring my wallet when we go to Daytona next year, huh?
You need to go play the slot machine again.
What?
I'll
need to
tell
go
you,
play
by
the
the
slot
time we're
machine
done,
again.
you're probably by the time you're done, my tickets to Daytona are going to be paid for. I'm just about positive of it.
I'm not paying your RV spot.
No, I'm not expecting that, but I'm pretty sure that by the time your pop bets are done, I'm going to have my ticket paid for.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing all these Daytona 500 tickets right now going pretty cheap. I'd love to snag one up and drive me 12 hours to go. I saw Daytona.
You almost could do it now with your new schedule.
I could take 2 days of vacation, leave on Wednesday at 3, get down there at Thursday. If I could leave at 3, I get down there Thursday at 3 in the morning. Yeah, that probably wouldn't work. I could fly down, but I don't want to rent a car. No, we're taking a cruise, I think. 2023 Daytona 500, here I come. I've already told her that I'm going the week. New Smyrna starts next Saturday, so was it next? No.
New Smyrna, I believe, is
Yes, sir.
this week, isn't it?
Yes, 200 lap modified race Saturday.
Yep.
43 cars is going to be on grounds. I don't know how many's racing the 200 lapper, because you've got to think there's a lot of guys that is going to run all week. So I don't know if there's going to be a lot of guys run that race, because that's a lot of track time on that car, because they run, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm thinking of the schedule, the modifieds will run 2 76 lappers plus a 100 lapper, and then they'll run 2 30 lappers plus the 200 lapper. They run 8 out of the 9 days. So that's something we'll be watching. But next week's going to be fun. Looking forward to it.
You are so looking forward to seeing how much money you're going to lose at the end of this year, aren't you? Yeah, see, no. The commissioner's just sitting there waiting to take the bets.
Yeah. We're every week from here, every Tuesday night. Might miss a few if I go on vacation. Might be Mike and Michael and Matt. So, but every Tuesday, 8 p.m. is when we're going to do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to this season. I'll tell you right now, I think it's going to be it's going to be a rough start. Everybody buckle in. I think it's going to be a rough start, but I think towards the end of the year, I think they'll get these cars figured out, and we'll see some good racing.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope we don't get disappointed early. As long as we don't see a Penske car win the first 3 races, I'm good. I'll take a Brad Keselowski winning and rub it in Penske's face, but
well,
how disappointing was that Brad didn't even make the race Sunday?
They struggled. Man, Roush struggled. Ooh, I'm concerned. I'll tell you, I'm concerned.
No, I'm not concerned at all. Not one bit. No. You can't go off how they're going to do. If you're going off how they did in the Clash, Rick Ware is going to win some races. Seriously. Both Rick Ware cars made the show.
You know what, though, Willie, about Rick Ware?
What?
I'll bet you they're going to get some top 20s this year, and they're going to surprise you at a few races.
I think you'll see.
And the reason I say that,
Cody Ware get top 20s.
The reason I say that is because I think the reason that they were so strong is because look at how fast Briscoe and Harvick were on the long runs at the Clash. And I think a lot of that transferred down, and that showed at the Clash. Yeah. So I think there's going to be some speed there this year that could shock some people.
I don't think Cody Ware is going to be the one to to show.
No, I don't think so either. But you know what? Ryan Preece is supposed to run that car a few times. So
Yes, 4 races, I think.
yep. So
There isn't. I did see a while ago. I did see there's a new driver being announced for Joe Gibbs. I don't know if that's the Ty Gibbs announcement or not, but they showed a little black person. I couldn't really tell who it was, but
well, we all know Gibbs is running Xfinity this year. We
they
knew
ain't
that
really
already.
announced it, so that might be
No,
the announcement.
That's probably it. But
He'll be in the 18
No.
car.
my prediction, just an early teaser. No Roush Fenway Keselowski cars make the playoffs this year.
Oof.
What?
Oof.
The 6 and the 17 do not make the playoffs this year in Cup.
I didn't hear that. I don't know. They might. I don't know.
I think
I
both of them makes it.
Yeah, you're going to lose that one.
I think Buscher's gonna have a better year than Brad Keselowski.
Oof.
I can see that.
Because let me tell you, I think Brad is going to be more focused on the business end, and he's going to try to get Buescher where he wants to be. Because Brad's not going to be in that car 2 or 3 years down the road. It's like TJ Majors ain't going to be on that spotter stand 2 or 3 years down the road.
Yeah. Well, I just right now I don't
Little
see it.
teaser
I don't.
what's coming next week.
Yeah,
Little
that's a teaser, but I don't think RFK is going to be making the playoffs this year.
I mean, who else is going to fill there? You think the 16 is going to be the 16? The 16 we had last year is it going to be the same 16?
No.
Okay.
I also think only 3 Hendrick cars make the playoffs this year.
The only person I see out is Byron.
I don't think that's going to be the guy that's going to be out, but
you think Larson ain't gonna make it?
No, not Larson. No, probably Bowman.
Oh no! Bowman had 3 wins. How can you say a guy with 3 wins not make it?
You know what?
I agree.
With
agree
who?
with Matt?
Bowman, yeah, not making it. I could see that happening.
The only way he don't make it is because he's settled because he's out of a contract year.
You know, Willie, the part that concerns me about Bowman, and you know what? I know we said the Clash don't mean much, but man, I'll tell you, the 48 car did not look good at the Clash at all.
We can't go off the Clash.
All.
There's no way you can go off the Clash.
You know what, though? For whatever reason, the last couple of years, I found that how the season seems to start really seems to be how things go. Like,
so if
after
Bowman goes out
race,
there and sets on pole for the 500, you think it's going to change your mind?
Bowman wrecks in the 500 if he gets the pole.
God damn. Okay. All right. Well, we laid it. That's a teaser too. Any more you got?
No, that's good. I think that's enough teasers for tonight.
Okay. Wow. That's more of a shock than Bowman don't. How can a guy with 3 wins? I mean, we did see Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin struggle to make it. Well, Denny Hamlin didn't struggle to make it. He'd have pointed his way in by a long shot. Kevin Harvick struggled.
Oh yeah, and you want to talk about feuds? Elliott Harvick feud ain't over yet.
Oh no,
that ain't over yet.
No. You don't think it is?
No, I don't think so. I think the two of them get close to one another at a short track this year, and especially with the way you can bump and bang with these cars after what the Clash showed, could get interesting.
Kevin already made remarks that the conversation didn't go well, and it's something he's going to keep close to his chest.
Let's put it this way. I don't think the 4 and the 9 are going to be exactly giving each other any kind of breaks or room on the track this year.
I don't think Ty Dillon's getting no breaks or room on the track either.
Well, he's pissed off everybody but the pace car. And like I said, it would have been a perfect race if he would have hit the pace car.
Yeah.
Harry Hogg was just screaming in my ear when I was watching that. Why don't you go back out on that track and hit the pace car? Because you've hit every other goddamn thing out there and you need to be perfect.
Well, here's the thing. Yes, he said everything, but by God, you know that 42 car is there to race.
And like I said, Austin Cindric is not going to be sending him a Christmas card anytime soon.
Ryan Blaney ain't sending or Eric Jones and Ryan Blaney ain't sending each other Christmas cards either.
Yeah, that one might not be done yet either.
No, I think Blaney gets his revenge somewhere.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you my teaser. I think one of the petty GMS cars they make playoffs. I think one of them.
Ooh, I see a prop bet coming up on that one next week.
You can go ahead and lay that one down. I don't think I don't think Gallagher coming to the Cup Series just to run what Petty did last year. I don't think so. I think they're going to put a lot of money in this program. They got Mike Beam, leading that ship. I really think with the crew chief from Noah Gregson coming over to help Eric Jones, I think Eric makes playoffs.
I could.
No. That boy couldn't win in Joe Gibbs equipment.
He did win in Joe Gibbs equipment. Thank you very much.
Oh, Super Speedway.
No, he didn't. He won 2 races.
Super Speedway.
He won 2 races. He won a Super Speedway and he won Darlington.
Did he win Darlington?
Yes, he did. He won Darlington.
Yeah, he won Darlington.
He won the Southern 500.
Bill must direct or something.
No. He was
2 wins in Joe Gibbs equipment.
How many wins Christopher Bell's got?
You know what? I don't know.
I'm not saying Bell's any good either.
I agree with you, Willie. I think there's a chance they make it, but it ain't going to be on points.
Oh no! I think
it's gonna be a win, and it's probably gonna be a super speedway or a road course or something.
I don't know about road course, but I think we're gonna see this car come play fuel mileage. I think you're gonna see fuel mileage because here's the thing: you're not coming in and putting fuel and tires in the same stop. Only under caution. You're not coming in and putting. You're not. Let me reword it. You're not coming in and putting a full fuel tank in with the amount quicker you can change tires. They're going to cut the stops. So you're going to be done with tires. Who's going to sit there and wait on a full tanks?
Hey, listen, if there's a chance that you can make a full fuel run, whatever it is, right? And if you have to sit there for 2 extra seconds to take that extra 3 gallons of fuel or whatever, and then you can make it 5 more laps farther than anybody else.
Is the fuel cell smaller or the same size?
Bigger.
Bigger?
The fuel cell in the next gen car is 20 gallons.
Why?
The cell we had last year was
18, wasn't it? Why? All right. We got it. We went long. We got to save this for next week. But
well, yeah, because I can see you're already losing money, and we haven't even started yet next week.
Yeah.
Mr.
All right, guys.
Recky.
Yeah, filler. We're getting off here for the show next week, 8:00, Tuesday, 15th, 8:00. Prop bets, predictions, preview. That's all I got to say. Somebody's going to be a loser, and it ain't going to be me. That's all I got to say. Anything else, Matt?
Looking forward to taking your money next week.
Ain't going to happen. All right, guys. We'll catch y'all down the road.
Yep. See you guys. Have a good one.
See ya.